In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bond. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
I want more on the UFO report, unidentified flying objects.
All right, President Clinton, first things first before we move on. UFOs. You've been the president. You've seen all the info. Are they real? What do you know? What can you tell us?
The truth is that we've never proved one, but there are things flying around up there that we haven't fully identified yet. And keep in mind, there are basically 1 billion galaxies in an ever-expanding universe.
I'd go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.
If you walked on the moon, we're given the opportunity to swear to God that you walked on the moon.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the hell knocked out of you if you don't leave me alone.
When it comes to aliens, there's some things I just can't tell you on air. The truth is that when I came into office, I asked, right? I was like, all right, is there the lab somewhere where we're keeping the alien specimens in spaceships?
Why don't you swear on the Bible that you walked on the moon?
I'm not trying to get in the middle of anything.
Tell him to get out of here.
This is a hotel.
We'll call the police.
Are you afraid for the truth to come out?
I think there's some kind of wacko, I really do.
Well, I think it's wacky to not swear to God on something that's supposed to be obvious. Well, would you mind swearing on the Bible that you orbited the moon? If you really orbited the moon, why would you have a problem swearing to God that you did so?
The purpose, according to this document, was to back engineer captured extraterrestrial technology for adaptation into the United States space program. Now, I have since come to believe that the extraterrestrial portion of all of this is nonsense, but that the technology is real.
I was introduced to the late Dr. Wernher von Braun in the U.S., the father of rocketry. In my first meeting with him during that first 3.5 hours, he said to me, Carol, there is a lie being told to everyone.
I believe that many of us were shown these documents over the years so that later we would talk about it. I mean, how can you keep the existence of extraterrestrials, if they were real, a secret? And how could anyone keep quiet knowing that they had seen documentation, official government documents labeled top secret, that expressed that these extraterrestrials were real and had visited this earth?
And then he would repeat to me over and over, and the last card would be the extraterrestrial threat. To waste these dollars on a space-based weapon system, and they're all lies.
If you show this publicly, you're open for a lawsuit. Okay?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Fallen World Films. I would say Tales from the Fallen World, but Amber's not here. So this is not Tales from the Fallen World. This is just me hopping on a live stream and talking to you guys, because let me tell you guys something. I'm sick right now. Although I know my voice doesn't sound so bad. I left work sick today, and this morning I was just ridiculously sick. I got 2 babies at home that are both sick. And when I got up this morning and got in my car, I was just thinking to myself, man, it's really cold outside, you know? And so I actually turned on the heat and I drove all the way to work, and I felt kind of weird, but I didn't really consider that I might be sick. I just thought it was cold, and I thought maybe I didn't get enough sleep last night. And then I got to work and I tell my coworker, I'm like, man, it's just so cold, man. I was like freezing on the way here. I had the heat blasting, and now it's like really cold in here too. And he's like, dude, it ain't cold. I'm hot. And he mentioned, like, you know, maybe you're sick. And I pretty much at that moment, it just kind of occurred to me like, whoa, dude, I think I am getting sick. And within the period of about an hour, suddenly my toes started getting numb and my fingers started getting numb, and I just started freezing. And so I took a COVID test because they got those at work, and I don't have COVID. And at this moment, I'm not even feeling too sick, but at this morning I was dying. And so I drove home, took off work, and I practically felt like I was having like a hallucinogenic experience. Like it seemed, seriously, it was trippy driving home. I had the heat cranked. I was just super sick. Came home. Amber let me take a nap. I took a shower, and then I ate some food, and I started feeling a lot better. So anyways, Amber's at work. She actually just got off of work. She's at the store right now. I don't know if she's going to want to sit down with me or not, because she is also sick, although she just finished off her workday. So we'll see how that goes down. But the reason I jumped on here is because I was checking my emails, and I've told you guys in the past how I'm subscribed to the World Economic Forum, to their membership, I guess, for their website, for the World Economic Forum website. And I am as well to Gates Notes, Bill Gates thing, and a lot of the, a lot of these New World Order institutions and think tanks. I subscribe to their newsletters, and so if you ever, that's another trick, for anybody that wants to get into this kind of stuff. A lot of the information that I'm able to share with you guys just gets sent directly to me, by the source themselves. And I thought that I'd go over some of that with you guys tonight. I've talked about it a bunch of times. I don't know if you guys watching right now, I'd imagine you, Mo, probably are. But the World Economic Forum, they got something, I think it's called the transformation map. Have you guys seen this? And I can tell you that at the beginning of the pandemic, back in like 2020, I was sort of ahead of the curve. Not just me. I mean, pretty much me and everybody else who was like actively, going to 4chan and all these different corners of the internet, where you can find this kind of stuff. And before the World Economic Forum became a household name, I know a lot of my subscribers, we've known about the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab and the Fourth Industrial Revolution and the Great Reset for a long time. But as you guys know, you've experienced it with me, ever since this pandemic started and the Great Reset actually started. By the way, everybody, is my computer going as slow to you guys as it looks to me? Either way, I can't stop it, so I'm just going to keep talking. But please let me know in the comments if you guys are having any trouble hearing me or if I'm glitching out or anything like that. But anyways, at the very beginning of this, for the people that were in the know, we knew that Klaus Schwab and the great people associated with the World Economic Forum, as well as all the other think tanks, the Trilateral Commission and pretty much any group that is formed by the UN, was coming out with pretty much agendas that matched everything that's occurred over these last 2.5, 3 years or whatever, however long it's been since this really started. And it was really easy for people that were willing to do the research and knew what we were doing to kind of stay ahead of the curve on this, And so what I'm getting at here is the World Economic Forum's website, and they got this thing called the transformation map, which let's see if I can pull this up right here. This is why I had to start late. As you guys know, I'm not the most computer savvy, so I was trying to figure out how to do this, but you see that? I got it. So I just highlighted, searched for the World Economic Forum. So these are just over the last, pretty much every week, these guys send me an email, right? And I opened up the one from today and yesterday, and that's what urged me to make this video, because I was like, why don't I just show this to YouTube? For all the times I've talked about it, I don't think a lot of people understand how easy it is to acquire this kind of information. Because again, I encourage all of you guys to also go to the World Economic Forum's website and to make a subscribe to their mailing list. And pretty much everything that's about to go down over the course of the next couple weeks and months will be sent right to your inbox weeks in advance. So this is the one that they sent me, I guess, today, or really recently, the Agenda Weekly. The Agenda Weekly. That's what they call this particular. I get like 3 different formats of letters from the World Economic Forum. And this one is called the Agenda Weekly. Okay, welcome to the World Economic Forum's newsletter. By the way, I got to check the screen to make sure you guys are seeing this. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so this is just I have not looked ahead at this. We're doing this together, you guys. I don't have anything prepared, no tricks up my sleeve. Pretty much every time I look through the World Economic Forum's website, it's the same thing, and it really is almost like a crystal ball. Not because they're so good at predicting things, but because they're, the information that you're going to find on this website and on this transformation map is coming directly from the sources that are responsible for pushing this agenda forward in the first place. 4 ways retail investors can control their financial future, why planned source of energy security no longer looks secure. It's a lot of stuff like this, on the agenda, the global food system. Now, this is Klaus Schwab and company we're talking about, you guys. So that's the source, that's you got to keep in mind when we go through this these emails and this transformation map. With the war in Ukraine and the rising impact of climate change, we need to improve the global food system. And that's a link I could click. I'll show you how awesome this newsletter is. I think that I'm using it for a different purpose than they intend, but for the purpose of research and for people like us and channels like this is a great resource. Read below insights from forum thought leaders on the present and future food security. I'll click that and see what comes up here. And so again, it takes us to another World Economic Forum website thing. And dude, you guys would not believe the amount of information on this site. But the World Economic Forum is committed to helping define the agriculture industry agenda and drive change that boosts well-being and improves the global food system. We aim to explore new ways to feed an expanding populace, to use technology and innovation to provide nourishment without harming the planet. One thing that means, as you guys all know, is to eat the bugs, right? I didn't, like I said, this is all spontaneous. I didn't prepare any slides or any videos to show you guys, but yeah, so bugs are something that's being not directly implicated here, but that is one of the solutions to nourishing the world without harming the planet. Is they're going to be feeding us a bunch of bugs, mealworms. I recently posted on Friends of Fallen World Films Facebook page that there was some, I found it somewhere else. Somebody else shared it with me. There was some product, some like snack food that if you read the ingredients, it includes crickets. It includes crickets. And this is, who knows, like maybe this brand is known for that, for the inclusion of insects or something like that. But if you look at the packaging, it was just like some organic food company. And I think they're starting to sneak bugs actually in the food. But outside of those, probably rare occurrences, it's definitely a new trend that's being pushed on people. So look that up yourself, look up the bugs. What we're reading right now, again, is the World Economic Forums. And every day, dude, there is, hundreds and hundreds of new articles and submissions from all these different, thinkers and people that are associated with the World Economic Forum that contribute to this website and to this transformation map that you're about to see. But I'm not trying to be too sensational here. They didn't mention bugs, but they are saying it's up to them, to explore new ways to feed an expanding populace and use technology and innovation to provide nourishment without harming the planet, and to foster public-private partnerships that can help prevent non-communicable diseases. And don't ask me how non-communicable diseases and public-private partnerships, as in government, citizen partnerships, to prevent diseases. Don't ask me what that has to do with agriculture and food, but so be it. Also, I think it's worth noting how Bill Gates is, they say, the world's owns the most farmland in the world now. I guess at least America. He's like the world, America's biggest farmer, big World Economic Forum guy, and you know, that's part of their food solution right there, because Bill Gates is also one of the ones pushing the bugs. Anyways, let's see what else they got going on here. China on top. China on top. Don't even know what they're talking about, but isn't that the way it goes, you guys? The 10 countries that produce the most wheat. I'm not going to read that one. Feel free, you guys, to again subscribe to the World Economic Forum's newsletter, and you can read any of these you want. I'm looking for the more shocking stuff. And you know, let's see here. Crops under solar panels. Nordic versus Mediterranean World Hunger Index. Biotech. Let's see here. On our radar. Okay, here we go. Radical misinformation. And again, this is today's. Every week, it's there's some inclusion of false information and fake news and the war on that. Read below some insights from around the web on the dynamics and damage of purposeful misinformation campaigns. How Own Nothing and Be Happy sparked a misinformation campaign that targeted the forum. The forum being the World Economic Forum. Let's see what they say about that. I made a video about that. We've all been talking about that. So let's not be biased, and let's see what they have to say in response to it. Adrienne Monk, who, by the way, she's the managing, let's see what her title is here. She's the managing director of the World Economic Forum. And I'll just mention that you'll notice all of my mail comes from Adrienne Monk. And I understand it's not her personally sending it to me, for the record. Okay. Own Nothing, Be Happy. You may have heard the phrase. It started life as a screenshot. Called from the internet by an anonymous anti-Semitic account on the image board 4chan. Own Nothing, Be Happy. The Jew World Order 2030. YouTube, you cannot ban this video for me just reading this article. It's from the World Economic Forum, for crying out loud. Okay. Apparently that's where this conspiracy that we've all done our research into actually came from, right? Just that 4chan post from this allegedly anti-Semitic account. How did a years-old headline turn into a meme for the far right and a slogan picked up by mainstream conservative politicians? And what's the truth behind the headline? The story begins in 2016 with the publication of an opinion piece on the World Economic Forum's agenda website by Danish MP Ida Auken, I guess, under the headline, "Welcome to 2030. I own nothing, I have no privacy, and life has never been better." I have shared that video on this channel. Who knows? Maybe I could even pull it up, maybe, if I roll something in the background, maybe when Amber gets back. Should we read through this whole thing? It was part of an essay series intended to spark debate about socioeconomic developments. This was the time of a booming app economy. I think they mean as in applications. And the commissioning editor has previously worked for conservative British newspaper The Telegraph. The piece gained a respectable readership and lived quietly on the website for a number of years. Fast forward 4 years to 2020, the world looked very different. A pandemic was raging. Now, by the way, I hope that they're not trying to get away from the fact that there really was a World Economic Forum opinion piece about owning nothing, having no privacy, and life never being better. And it was implicating real life, actual technology and actual planning and agenda on behalf of the World Economic Forum for a future where everything is a service related. Kind of like the idea is that, you know how like Netflix has taken over, you know, Blockbuster and, you know, everything. We get free apps for everything we use now. This whole like Amazon Prime, Amazon, Netflix model of ownership where you just rent things and just have a service that you pay monthly. That idea, that's really what this World Economic Forum and all the thinkers kind of want to expand onto, like a more worldwide, across the board industrial level, where instead of owning a car, you'll have a car that you pay for, you know, you'll pay a service so that at a certain time you'll have a car provided to you. And same with your home. When you're not home, somebody else could live there, you know, and everything will just be not owned by you, but you will have access to it through your membership, right? With these companies that provide everything for us. And that will make life so much more convenient for you because you won't have to manage and maintain ownership over your vehicle and car and all that kind of stuff. That's the real idea. That's an actual factual thing. So I'm going to keep reading this, but if they're going to try to act like that's not reality or that's not a real claim of theirs, then it's a lie. Anyways, They say it was part of an essay. We read that. Fast forward 20 years, we read that. Or fast forward 4 years, I'm sorry, 2020. A pandemic was raging, and the World Economic Forum launched the Great Reset, which, by the way, is also called a conspiracy theory now, according to the mainstream media, even though when you go to the World Economic Forum's website, they have no shame or apprehension to call it what it is, the Great Reset, promoting the idea of building back better so that economics could emerge greener and fairer out of the pandemic. The pandemic magnified many societal ills. The mistrust in governments and leaders that had been building before the health crisis played into the hands of both fringe groups and state-sponsored actors looking to undermine and weaken rivals. Both came together on the anonymous dark web in places such as 4chan's politically incorrect image board, probably Telegram, which is, as you people on Telegram know, I'm really active. And Amber just got home. Hey, babe.
Hey.
Did you want to say hi to these people real quick or not right this second?
Give me a minute because
I know you feel sick.
No, I just puked my guts out.
You puked? Everyone's hearing this.
Oh no.
It's live.
Okay.
I'm sorry, babe.
I feel really sick.
Well, Amber's puking, you guys. Let's see. I guarantee you that got a comment. Tell me.
No, stop repeating it. That's embarrassing. I'm so sick. I should not have gone to work.
Well, I'm really sorry, babe. So, see, I was sick. My wife is sick. But she's tougher than me. She at least made it through her shift. My wife, she had to be a host tonight. She usually makes really good money. She's the real breadwinner in a way when she works, which is only on the weekends as a server at a nice restaurant in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, which is as much info as I'm going to give in case there's any stalkers out there. But I will tell you that Lake Geneva, it's up the road from where we live. And it is, it's kind of like this affluent place that people go spend. Everything's overpriced. Yeah, touristy. People spend a bunch of money. The reality is that all these Indonesians, who we often refer to as fibs, which I will not break down what that means, being a Christian channel, but there's a funny rivalry that exists between Indonesians and cheeseheads, right? Flatlanders and cheeseheads, Wisconsinians and Indonesians. Point is, at Lake Geneva, that's Wisconsin, right? And it's this overpriced little town that's just full of like little shops and places where you can spend too much money. And whenever you go there, even though it's in Wisconsin, all you see is Illinois license plates, because this is where the people from Chicago like to go on the weekends and pretend that they're experiencing the country life, even though it's in no way comparable to what Wisconsin's actually like. And in fact, it's only comparable to what Illinois is like because it's filled up with these Illinois people and their culture. And it's funny. Like, and then Wisconsin people, we just work there to exploit this
I have
phenomenon.
To leave an hour before my shift to get to work on time.
Yeah, it's. Oh, right.
And
yeah.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it is worth it, though. In the end, it works out.
It's too busy there.
I'm just going through, you know how I get emails every week from the World Economic Forum?
Yeah.
I'm just like literally going through them in real time and just showing people what they talk about. So anyways, you guys. Yeah, no, do your thing. Recent analysis explains how this context brought extremists together using rhetoric that trivialized National Socialism and the Holocaust. Dude, okay, I kind of lost my train of thought, but all I know right now is that somehow we went from the actual World Economic Forum article about you will own nothing and be happy to somehow 4chan and trivializing the Holocaust denial. It went truly vile, capturing the warped imagination of conspiracy and fringe groups. Because how warped does your mind have to be concerned about a statement from somebody who's in a position to control or at least dictate how the future might play out for you and your family, to say something like, you will own nothing and be happy? Only a conspiracy theorist or a truly warped and deranged individual would be upset about that. This is the type of language that you're going to see. And it pretty much, okay, check this out. Users on anything I meant to say on this website. Users on Twitter and Facebook, for instance, have spread doctored content to promote the falsehood that through the Great Reset, the forum is advancing pernicious depopulation efforts. Right, because that's not true, right? No depot. The Georgia Guidestones didn't just get blown up. No one can look up what the first law on that was anymore. Depopulation. Check out our video, Depop 25, man. I got so much I want to say right here, and this is where I'm silencing myself so I can stay on topic. These include racist conspiracies that claim white people are the primary target for depopulation. That is, I don't think that's ever been part of the theory. Bad faith actors have also targeted the forum's coverage of the circular economy, economic systems that aim to eliminate waste by reusing raw materials rather than disposing of them. Eating garbage and drinking pee, decrying it as a top-down agenda coming from unelected globalists looking to reshape the world in their image. These are just some examples of many. I don't know, man. I'm one of these warped individuals because the accusations, the people that, these quotes that they're making about the bad people are what I identify with. What the article is saying sounds silly. Let's move on. So here's just the first one. Should I just go on to the next one? Where did I leave? Oh, so check out, that was How to Own Nothing and Be Happy. Is this still up, you guys? Yeah, it is. Why Alex Jones commupins? I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know that word. I feel embarrassed. I know I should. Probably some legal term. Won't stop the lies. I'd imagine, we just had a whole show talking about Alex Jones for quite a bit of it. Situation. Oh, I've reached my limit of free articles from the New York Times. Dude, I hate this. All right, whatever. Something about Alex Jones, the bizarre nonprofit trying to derail climate legislation. Oh, this is from Judd Legum, I guess. Over the last week, a group purportedly devoted to clean energy has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on ads pushing progressives to derail largest investment in clean energy in history. We've uncovered what's real. Okay, I don't want to read that. But you guys kind of get the point. So here's the very agenda that we see pushed, the very talking points that's always been part of this transformation, New World Order, 2030 agenda is right on track with every single week what the World Economic Forum will send right to your mailbox if you subscribe. And again, these aren't just some regular people. These are the people that are literally in a position to make decisions that affect your life greatly. What realists get wrong about the Ukraine war. I don't want to read about the Ukraine war. More about China, First Nations water activists. Okay, but this is just the first one, so I can't do this all night. Let's see. Then they sent me this. Now we're going to check out this transformation map that dude's pointing at right there. Here's look at that. This is the transformation map. I told you guys, like all the way back when this whole thing first started, like long before anybody else was familiar with the expression Great Reset, long before there were food shortages, all the way back to when the toilet paper shortage was just starting to be a thing. I was already looking at this transformation map and already looking at, let me just show you the transformation map. Shoot, let me just go to it. Let's just go to it. If I can. No, I don't want to try premium. Okay. How do I go there? Oh, don't worry about it, babe. This is a totally
just super
spontaneous, just super chill thing. Yeah, we're just chilling.
From work.
Exactly. You're hungry. You're just exactly. And me, I'm just talking to my friends on YouTube. I'm showing them.
No, but I just
wait. World Water Environment Federation. I guess it's not what. Okay, not World Health Organization. World Economic. That's what my problem is. Forum. I forget what their website is. Oh, WE Forum. Okay. Let's go to their transformation map. See, I can sign in here. Sure. You can use cookies on me. You can take my cookies. All right, sign in. Sign in. Okay, guys, I gotta stop sharing this while I sign in, I guess. Okay, now I gotta go back to this. Don't worry, guys. I know what's going on. it was necessary. I guess maybe there's like some built-in feature where it won't let me keep sharing the screen if I'm entering a password. If that's the case, that's pretty clever. I'm not sure though. But now that I'm signed in, I'll accept these cookies. Because again, I love for these people just to send me as much as they want. This is I get really good research this way. Now, let's find the map. I don't think I've ever found it in this way before. Let's just see what happens if I just type in transformation map. Oh. Search. Oh, I get it. Transformation map. What is transformation? Just take me to the map, dude. Sorry, guys, it's live time. Oh, so check it out. This came out in November 2017, so it already existed then. Because this is really about the Great Reset, okay? This is really before the Great Reset. It was called the Fourth Industrial Revolution. This is all World Economic Forum. And so you can only imagine, dude, like as the pandemic started, you know, having access to this and actually being able to be ahead of the curve on it was crazy. All right, look at it. I'm into it, but it's just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird. Let me figure this out. All topics, 3D printing, 5G. They got one called global governance. I want to go to that and see if it pulls up the map. Fine. Global governance, global governance. Come on. Come on, WEF. Global governance. Okay, here we go. Here's the map. All right, so this is crazy. When you're actually subscribed, every single one. You see this circle over here. Can you guys see this? Yeah, you can. So right here is global governance, right? And now you see anti-globalism, weaponizing interdependence, transnational actors. Interesting. Into institutional complexity, power shifts and conflict. And every one of these, like if I were to click anti-globalism, that's going to highlight all these up here, which includes development finance, global health, civic participation, COVID-19, which I'm definitely not going to click. YouTube, do not worry about it. I will be giving no medical advice at all. I've learned my lesson. I don't even know what medicine is, nor do I know what a pandemic is. Workforce and employment, migration, trade and investment. Okay, so let's go to one of these and see what's going on. Economic progress. And when you subscribe, to look at all the ones that this pulls up, right? Taxation and sustainable growth, productivity and competitive economics, fourth industrial. It's because I have my computer out today. Wow, artificial intelligence. Let's check that out. Okay, I got to pull this up. I got to pull this full screen for myself. I trust you guys can still see me. Artificial intelligence is rife with contradictions. It is a powerful tool that is also surprisingly limited in terms of its current capabilities. And while it has the potential to improve human existence, at the same time, it threatens to deepen social divides and put millions of people out of work. While its inner workings are highly technical, the non-technical among us can and should understand the basic principles of how it works and the concerns that it raises. As the influence and impact of AI spread, it will be critical to involve people and experts from the most diverse backgrounds possible in guiding this technology in ways that enhance human capabilities and lead to positive outcomes. This briefing is based on the views of a wide range of experts from the World Economic Forum's expert network and is curated in partnership with Matissa Hollister, assistant professor of organizational behavior at the whatever. Okay, so I don't want to look at that. Then you go down to latest. And I can just look at 1 day, 2 day, right? 3 days. And now it's just going to list for me all these different articles from, you know, from NWO accepted and approved media outlets regarding, in this case, artificial intelligence. Let's see the most recent one from The Conversation, epilepsy, how an AI algorithm detects related brain abnormalities. Around 50 million people worldwide have epilepsy. While anti-seizure medications are available and effective for the majority of people with the condition, 20 to 30% don't respond to medications. Abnormalities in the brain are one of the leading causes of this drug-resistant epilepsy, which is usually identified by MRI scans before surgery and is carried out to cure the patient. However, identifying these abnormal areas for from MRIs is an ongoing challenge for clinicians as these scans can look normal. We wanted to see if an artificial intelligence algorithm could help find these subtle brain abnormalities. That's that one. I can read on, but I won't. We analyzed how to set up institutions that future-proof our society for a scenario of ever more intelligent autonomous machines that substitute for human labor and drive down wages. So there's the thing, that we've been hearing well over a decade now, that the robots are going to come and take our jobs. We lay out 3 corners arising from such a scenario, culminating in the economic redundancy of labor, and evaluate recent predictions and objections to these concerns. Then we analyze how to allocate work and income. Okay, so it just goes on. Cyber news: robots hired to stock shelves in Japan's stores, short on staff 2 days ago. From Harvard Kennedy School: big data and AI can defend democracy or destroy it. Who knows? Some of these articles, the names sound like they're, laying out the potential dangers of AI too, which happens. And, for anybody that keeps track on the media. But just look at this. This is the World Economic Forum we're talking about. This is, these are the people that are actually running things who you don't get to vote for. Every 4 years, you get to vote for one of 2 people who are both already willing to comply with the people you don't get to vote for. People like Klaus Schwab and these World Economic Forum people, as an example. And here we are on that website. Look at all this information. I just went on one of these little outside guys, right? Let's go back to global governance. All right. Because I was just on global governance and it brought me to artificial intelligence, right? So that's interesting. How about this? No, I definitely can't click this one. You see this one down here? I cannot click that. Internet governance. Let's see that. Expanding access, privacy, forensics, identity management. See what that's all about. Civic participation, the digital economy. Ooh, let's check that out. The digital economy. Just look at all this stuff, you guys. Purpose and stakeholder capitalism, digital transformation of organizations. Digital transformation of organizations. Whew. And I'm not going to read all this for you guys. This video is kind of a promotion for you guys to do this yourself. I'm kind of giving you guys a pro tip. This is a hack for you, okay? All you got to do is go to this website, weforum.org, subscribe to the newsletter, sign into the website, and you can look at this map yourself and be ahead of the curve. It's especially good for people that are trying to do any type of investigative journalism, but even just for the regular person that wants to kind of know what to expect, because despite how shocking all this stuff seems as it rolls out and hits the headlines, you read this map, you read ahead on all this stuff, and you kind of know what's coming next. I hate to say it. And in the case of this digital economy, I think we've already made various videos about the old Bitcoin, which I haven't heard much about Bitcoin in a while, cryptocurrencies and all that kind of stuff. But obviously, in the nature of this channel, I'm expecting that, I know for a fact, I don't know if it's going to happen in my lifetime or soon. It certainly seems like it is, but the governments of this world, for sure, according to the Bible, at some point are going to unify. They need to be unified so that they can usher in the Antichrist, so that he can take his throne. And thus, begins the end before Jesus comes back. And my point is that mark of the beast that we always hear about, the very first thing that's mentioned about the mark of the beast in terms of defining it is that you won't be able to buy, trade, or sell without it. And so I'm not, I don't want to turn this thing into a whole one of those, because here I am just sitting here wanting to rant on and on about it. But I just do see a connection between this digital economy, the push for it, the so-called global, institution of it, I guess. I see huge connections between that and the mark, as do most of you, I'm sure, right? So with that in mind, of course, that's another big topic here on the World Economic Forum's transformation map. And let's go through the news. So they don't have much. I don't want to read anything with the C-19, because as you guys know, I got 2 strikes right now. I can't do it. All Are decentralized autonomous organizations the business structures of the future? Here's from the World Economic Forum. Decentralized autonomous organizations, also known as DAOs, can replace the way that we see companies today. DAOs are a new type of organizational structure built on a code and blockchains. The real purpose, of the technology behind that crypto is because that technology, that blockchain technology, is actually the technology. Same with the whole metaverse thing with Facebook. The future, like blockchain, 5G, all that. Blockchain is the because again, I'm stopping myself from going off on another rant. Look up blockchain yourself, but here they are saying that the structure of the company of the future will be based on code and blockchain. Dude, because it's really going to be like practically this virtual reality. I really believe that. They have the ability to be global vehicles that enable a true digital revolution, unlocking the potential of Web3. So there's another thing I got to look into, Web3. Decentralized autonomous organizations are a new kind of organizational structure that, dude, I just read that. They're owned and run by members who normally hold tokens that provide decision-making rights and or economic rights in the organization. Should we keep reading that one? Dehumanization is a feature of gig work, not a bug. Okay, so let's move on. But yeah, digital economy. And mind you, these articles I'm reading, that's not all you're going to read on this digital economy thing. Again, that's just, I don't even remember which one I just clicked, but that's just one of these this web. You guys, there's so much information in this, and it's just crazy. I remember all the way back to listening. I didn't listen to Bill Cooper even when he was alive. But it was a long time ago that I first started listening to Hour of the Time, Bill Cooper's old, radio show. And I used to wonder, when I would first start listening to it, same with Alex Jones, to be honest, how do you get this information? Because everything that I would find out, I was able to look up and vet, but it was hard to find those original sources. But I remember both Jones and Cooper and others saying how, these think tanks, these, even all the way back then, the World Economic Forum was a thing, and they were they tell you what their plans are, and it all exists in white papers and stuff. It's just that the mainstream media doesn't cover it. This is the kind of stuff that, people in the know and intellectuals resource, and, or that, it gets stuffed into the back of the newspaper, somewhere where someone's not going to read it. And it's just kind of crazy, because I came to be aware of that a long time ago, long before the pandemic started. And I kind of learned how to research, agendas. So instead of just researching the news reactively, I started learning how to research agendas and kind of get ahead of what to expect, which is really kind of a crazy thing, because that's why I could speak with such confidence that these agendas are a real thing that are being played out, as most of you probably can attest to, because for how long have you known about Agenda 2030? And for how long have we been watching the dominoes fall step by step, in a clearly orchestrated way? I know I'm just kind of ranting on here, but I got a lot of good stuff going on. Amber, I'm sorry, I'm ranting. Let's move on. I'm sorry, I kind of forgot what I was saying. I was just thinking about Amber right there. Well, I really want to smoke a cigarette. Because I've been so stressed getting this thing. I just want to hit it really fast. And I think I'm just going to play something real quick, and then, yeah, you should come over here and we'll keep looking at this map together. Does that sound like a plan, you guys? I'm sorry. It's just that I was trying to throw this thing together so fast, and I was having issues. And then I just really want to hit a cigarette. So what I'll do is show you guys another advertisement.
Should I make more food?
And Amber's going to make more food, and we're going to be right back in just momentarily to continue looking into this map.
Now, being the lonesome cowboy I am, a lot of people wonder what you do when you're all done with the cowboy's day, after herding the cattle, saddling up, taking out the bandits and the outlaws, and getting in a bar fight out at the local saloon. Well, what I like to do is sit back and pull up fallenworldfilms.com, and I just like to sit back by the bonfire, and I just scroll through them shirts. Now, I don't got too much money, and I don't like to spend it on stuff like like fashion, okay? So I'm not gonna buy none of these shirts, but I do like to look at them. And if I were to buy one, I might start out with this one right here. Now this one says "Don't shit on me." As you see, it kind of looks like the "Don't tread on me" flag. You know, that classic American flag, but instead it says "Don't shed on me." Do you get the joke? And it's kind of a double joke, because not only can you shed if you get the shot, you know, so like don't shed on me because you went ahead and got that shot, but also don't shed on me because a snake sheds its skin. And look, you see there's a snake, so kind of like the "Don't tread on me" flag. I also really like this one right here. Now this one says who put these guys in charge, right? The WHO, the World Health Organization, because somehow back in 2020, when this whole pandemic started, somehow they became our new government, right? I mean, come on, right? Didn't they? And I really like this shirt, but I'm not gonna buy it myself. Like I said, I mean, I just like to browse myself. Yeah, I'm not gonna actually buy it, but you know, I just like to browse. This is one of the ones I like to look at. I reckon my mama would like this one. This world's not my home, because I'm just a pilgrim passing through. You know, heaven's my home. This world is just my battleground. It's just my opportunity to fight my battles. You know, to prove to God that I'm His son, that I'm His warrior. That's what this world is. I'm just passing through. This ain't my home. So I really like this one. I think my mama would like this. And so the point is, I'm not gonna buy none of this stuff. Probably you ain't gonna buy none of it. But go ahead and browse it if you ever feeling bored. And listen, if you got a little extra money and you'd like to wear one of these around, you'll be supporting Fallen World Films. You'll be actually supporting Tim and Amber. Okay, so I think you ought to go ahead and do it if that's something you'd like to spend your money on.
The world is full of places to explore and things to discover. There's truly so much to see. But unfortunately, we are sometimes forced to see things that we don't like, people that we do not agree with, facts that we refuse to accept. A recent study shows that over 90% of adults who have viewed offensive materials have experienced hurt feelings. But not anymore. Introducing Sight Shield, the first and only set of glasses designed to protect your eyes from bigotry and misinformation. Thanks to Sight Shield's patented Boo-Hoo Block technology, you can now live in peace, safely hidden from everything going on around you. Here's how it works. We take an ordinary pair of sunglasses and we apply not one, not two, but 10 layers of window tint to the lenses, making it nearly impossible to see what's clearly right in front of you. This ensures that your eyes will always remain covered, even in the most bigoted and triggering environments. And here's the best part. If you order your set of Sight Shield glasses within the next 48 hours, we'll throw in a pair of our famous Fear Plug earplugs absolutely free. Now you can protect your eyes and ears from reality simultaneously. So what are you waiting for? Order yours today. Sight Shield, a proud sponsor of Fallen World Films.
All right. Amber, do you want to come sit down and say hi to everybody? They probably all want to see you. Let's pull that up.
Sure.
Here, you sit on this side, then you'll be under your name.
Okay, but I am eating.
Yeah, my mom. Oh, come on. 5-second rule. My mom dropped off all this Domino's pasta for me to give to the kids since I was sick. And I made sure to save some from Amber. So let me real quick check out what we're saying in the comments before getting back into this map. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, we got you in the blur. Look, why does it do that to you?
With my hand looks so weird.
Hold up. camera, standard definition. We don't want that blur.
No, it always does it for me.
None. There we go. All right. Okay, so we also, my mom got us that light, that we could use, but I saw it. All right, so anyways, you guys, wow, we got a lot of people talking here. So I see, dude, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Baki Shamil, whatever. But I know you, buddy. Great to see you here. Have you ever seen a global project called NEOM? Please check it out, please. Okay, no, I haven't, and I will look it up. I'll try to remember that at least. Is it something you've posted on Telegram? Music Minister, yeehaw. So you guys are all chatting. That's good. MoTBR. I see you guys are talking about fallen ones. See you guys are using curse words. Don't do that if you can help it. Trying to keep this place friendly and clean. Complex website. Yeah, I know. Right. Right. Alex Soros, probably talking about Alex Jones. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are all hanging out, talking to each other. That's all good. I see Amber's in the chats. I see my girl Faith's here. Good to see ya. Awesome. Okay, cool, guys. So back to this thingy. Where was that? I did it like this, and then I did this. All right, so Amber, we're on digital economy, and I don't want to do anything with this COVID because of the 2 strikes. We cannot talk about that. We probably can't talk about this global health, a lot of global stuff, global government. It's funny. I mean, again, the next documentary that's coming out of this channel has some large implications for the term global.
A huge part of.
Well, dude, it's the Bible is like, for me, like, I don't know, dude, when it comes to this end time stuff and all these signs of the times that we're seeing, like, to me, like a one world government's a huge part of it. All conspiracy theorists and Christians have said that forever. It's just that, like, it baffles me that it seems like I don't see why the entire church isn't on board that, like, that's occurring right now. When you have the United Nations and you have all these countries that are, like, working on behalf of Agenda 2030 and then the World Economic Forum and the, W.
No, it's so
space,
blatant and
H,
like
space. Oh, can't say it. Yeah.
It is just kind of like, okay, I understand what, like, you're preaching from the Bible, which obviously is a great thing, but, like, what about these current events? Like, how?
Oh, you're saying why doesn't the church, like, address that? Yeah, right.
No, how do we navigate this right now? Like, there's so.
I mean, I just feel like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. When it comes to the end time stuff, biblically speaking, it's a time, like, these signs do a lot of things. For one, for the saints and for the people, who are, for the sons of God and Christians and people that know these prophecies, like, it's going to be a time to reassure us and to let us know that the coming of Christ is at hand, because that's the order that the Bible lays it out. But it's also a time for us to, witness to others, and it's an opportunity to use this fulfillment of prophecy to, I guess, convince the world that, God's real and his wrath is coming, and it's sad it should have to come to that, but that's a biblical truth as well, from doubting Thomas to, Jesus's miracles, to the fulfillment of prophecy. God uses that to kind of prove himself to people. And I think it's a time right now where for Christians, like, I mean, I don't think we've ever probably felt more hardcore about our faith, looking out at this world around us, because everything that the Bible told us to expect is now happening outside of our windows. And then, for people that aren't believers, I think there's a whole bunch of people that are starting to take a second look at these Bible prophecies in light of what's happening in the world. And I would know because a lot of them reach out to me, and a lot of them are, being urged, I think, by checking out my videos on YouTube. And so, yeah, like, to be waiting for this global or worldwide government that eventually will be run by the Antichrist. And then you see that these, institutions and this structure for worldwide governance already exists. I mean, heck, we started out looking at this whole map on this global governance thing. Everything's global. And so, take that for what you will. It's just that I could never actually go through all this information with you guys. But I just am encouraging you to start going through some of this information yourself, not because you even need the information, just to confirm to you that, this is the thing. Like when you understand that it's an agenda,
if you want to look into it.
Well, there's that. And it is good to know and to be prepared for what's coming. But for me, and kind of the theme of this channel, it's just that, like, dude, what the Bible says is true. And like the devil, Lucifer, Satan, really is, the God lowercase g of this world. He really will end up in the lake of fire when it's all said and done. I look around at the society around me. I think about, in 2 Timothy, when it talks about like, how in the end children will disobey their parents and people will be lovers of self and gluttonous and, all that kind of stuff. I don't have the verse memorized like I should, but don't really have. Do you remember when I was memorizing verses for like, do you remember that back at Hannah? And like every day I was memorizing a verse, and I only did it for like a few months, and I just stopped. And then I forgot all the verses that not all of them, but well, anyways, I'm just saying, you guys, like the signs of the times, man, they're here. It's all going on. So anti-globalism, let's see what that brings up. This is going to probably bring up people like us, Let's see here. Values. Values are essential, particularly in times of crisis, like a pandemic, as the fundamental beliefs that guide or motivate people, organizations, and communities. They provide a basis for social justice and belief in necessary institutions. They also express personal and collective judgments about what is important, influenced by culture, religion, and laws. Values can potentially spur purposeful action claimed at increasing equality, decreasing harm to the environment, and improving global health. This briefing, based on the views of a wide range of experts from the World Economic Forum's expert network, is curated in partnership. They say that at the end of all of them. Corporations want to profit from the world's problems. Right. It's always against the corporations. I'm not going to get into that. Big data and AI can defend democracy. We already saw that under the AI. The 4 key ways that disinformation is spread online. Social media has ushered in. Let's check out this one. So I go to this, I think. This is from the World Economic Forum. Social media has allowed online disinformation to flourish.
Sure has.
Right. God forbid I call this online disinformation.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah. This sure can flourish now, huh? Now that they got rid of anyone that says otherwise.
Censoring everybody that disagrees. Yeah.
This precedent that's being set where it's like, dude, when like every channel like ours and, all of that stuff is taken off the internet and you're just literally not allowed to contest what the mainstream narrative is, then over time, like the general social view of the narrative will be that it's automatically true, just because there won't be any outlet or discourse for you to
defend yourself
or hear any other information outside of,
or share how you even got this information in the first place. Dude. Nothing. It's literally going to be erased.
Social media has allowed online disinformation to flourish. False and out of context information is largely propagated by people looking to distort public opinion and advance particular agendas. Disinformation is often advanced in 4 key ways, according to 2 experts. Social media has ushered in an era of unprecedented connectivity, yet it has also allowed disinformation and so-called fake news campaigns to proliferate and flourish. Disinformation, which includes false and out-of-context information, spreads with the intent to deceive or mislead, is largely propagated by people looking... Dude, why do they keep making me read this twice? Key is how they exploit the inherent openness and opaqueness of the content ecosystem, explained Duan Lee and Adrian Mills Golub, 2 experts on disinformation analysis. How can you even okay. And the co-founders of Veracity Authentication Systems, VAST, technology, VAST. Kind of reminds me of VATS from Fallout. Disinformation can be propagated by a host of online actors. And I like how, dude, all over these articles on the World Economic Forum, they're just always referring to all these different organizations and political parties and affiliated people as actors. Like that's the term for it, which it's not just them. It's like a common way, I guess, that you'll see groups described when it comes to like journalism. But I just think it's interesting and telling and true in a real Freudian way. And anyways, including governments, state-backed entities, extremist groups, and individuals. For example, the World Economic Forum recently reported how one anonymous anti-Semitic account on the image 4chan sparked misinformation. Oh, and let me guess, it's going to go on to that's probably going to talk about that whole "you will own nothing and be happy" thing we just went on about. Here's the 4 thingies. Social engineering, providing a framework to mischaracterize and manipulate events, incidents, issues, and public discourse. Social engineering is often aimed at swaying public opinion in favor of a certain agenda. Inauthentic amplification, using trolls, spam bots, false identity accounts known as sock puppets, paid accounts, and sensational influencers to increase the volume of malign content. Micro-targeting, exploiting targeting tools designed for ad placements and user engagements on social media platforms to identify and engage the most likely audiences that would share and amplify disinformation. The only things I see with these bots are people trying to make money. Like using Telegram, which is often like, you know, most criticized when it comes to this kind of thing. And don't get me wrong, it's like totally filled with these inauthentic amplification, you know, pages and micro targeting. Like that's all there for sure, but it's only for the sake of making money. Like practically anything that's trying to disseminate information with no money to be made. I mean, what would be the motive for, you know, using a bunch of bots and stuff like that? You already get what I'm saying, I think. If you don't, go on Telegram yourself and you'll see what I mean. Harassment and abuse, using a mobilized audience, fake accounts, and trolls to obscure, marginalize, and drone out journalists, opposing views, and transparent content. Okay. So misinformation, the war on misinformation is a big thing. And then trust is value, valuing the environment, valuing human dignity, valuing digital equity, Internet of Things. Internet of Things. The Internet of Things, or IoT, surrounds us with networks of smart, web-connected services and services capable of sensing, interconnecting, inferring, and acting. It is enabling the development of new products and business models while creating ways for governments to deliver more useful services and better engage with the public. Some of the most important issues related to IoT include technology architecture and standardization, safety and security risks, threats to privacy and trust, potentially missed opportunities for broad social benefits, and a need for responsible governance. This briefing, blah, 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 they do the thing. So let's see what's going on in the recent news for the Internet of Things. Russian cyber warfare has mixed success. This is all coming from Cyber News. Identity theft. All right, I'm not going to read through these. How I became an ethical hacker. A lot of hacking stuff, I guess, with this cybersecurity. Point is, Internet of Things, you know, 5G. There's a big aspect of the World Economic Forum's Great Reset agenda. How about this? Making rules for a beneficial Internet of Things. How the road to an EV future still has a few potholes here. What does EV mean? Electric vehicle. Oh, right. Right. Around the world, governments are driving the shift away from fossil-powered cars to electric vehicles. Okay. Corporate governance. In terms of Internet of Things, preparing for the non-existent future of work. We analyze how to set up institutions that future-proof our society in a scenario. Oh, dude, I think I actually already read that one. So I think you guys get the idea. I could keep reading on here, but I think I've effectively shown you guys and demonstrated to you how ridiculously vast the amount of information you can find on this website is. I hope that I've encouraged you successfully to join the mailing list for the World Economic Forum. And soon you might be making your own documentaries about this stuff. Digital identity, just like Chipped, you know. This digital identity thing is really big and really scary for somebody with a perspective like me, and I know most of you guys have. Instead of, I mean, you could research that yourself, but if you've never seen my documentary Chipped, it's available on Rumble and BitChute, and I would encourage you to watch it. And the individual parts are available here on YouTube as well. But digital identity, you know, again, with a coming mark that everybody would have to take or not take, and if you don't take, then you're cut off from your ability to buy or trade or sell, and eventually possibly beheaded. Actually, definitely beheaded, biblically speaking, over time if you don't take the mark. And with everything I just said, and you know, about this coming digital economy, which is capable of tracking every transaction you have economically, and just the applications and the connections between this coming mark and this digital economy. When you consider all that, and then you add digital identity to the mix, you're looking at a really crazy reality, not conspiracy.
Can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
I don't know how to tag people in the chat.
Okay.
I know that's ridiculous.
I don't know how to tag people in the chat.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's see if I can do it on here.
Baki Shamil.
Yeah.
Has been tagging us every comment. Tell me how,
what does this star do?
Please tell me how.
I don't know how. Can you guys tell us how? New Age, one world religion. Yeah. Hey Eric, good to see you, buddy.
Use the @ symbol. No, I do though. Mo, I do. I use the @ symbol. Do I have to put like a space in between the name or something? Because
What happens if I do that?
I did tag him.
Did you tag me? See, look at, I did that. Nothing happened.
Okay, but so Baki is saying that
use the @ symbol and the name will come up unless you are on mobile. I just did it on my computer and nothing happened.
Not.
Oh, I did tag you?
No, I did when I commented. Well, Mo said when you just commented it tagged him, but okay. It's just not showing up like highlighted on my end. So anyways, good to know. I'm doing the right thing.
Okay.
I'm always on my phone and it's never been like highlighted. So
yeah, we got to figure it out. I'll Google it sometime when we're not live and figure out how we can do all that, because I really don't know.
Well, he said I just did.
Digital inclusion and opportunity. Let's just look at a couple more of these and we'll call it a night. According to the World Bank, more than 1 billion people have no legal identity, with about half residing in the sub-Saharan Africa. In low-income countries, as a group, nearly 40% of the population and 1 in 2 women has no legal identity. The men do, I guess, compared with less than 10% in middle-income countries. These people are unlikely to have access to banks and other fundamental services. In response, the World Bank's ID4D initiative has provided countries with technical assistance and expertise to implement inclusive digital identity systems. The UN refugee, which again, watch my documentary Chipped, and you'll see how this ties into this little microchips that they put on necklaces from a company called Cushy Baby that they put on these babies when they're born in this area, as well as others. Which gives them a digital identity so that they can be tracked on the internet, so that they can participate in the future with things like, you know, banking and all these different automated internet-based services, which is what this is, you know, trying to encourage and promote. But just watch the documentary and maybe you'll see why there's a reason for concern. A lot of reason for concern in it. The UN Refugee Agency and the World Food Program have used iris scans to register displaced people and provide aid to about 80 million of them worldwide. And the International Labor Organization says victims of modern slavery could benefit from digital identity systems that track worker conditions worldwide. In the private sector, mobile network operators have sought to drive digital identity adoption, and the public-private organization Gavi, the V-Word Alliance, is using digital health cards and biometrics to improve V-word delivery in developing countries. Again, that's that watch chipped. At a local event, Austin, Texas has provided homeless people with a blockchain solution enabling access to healthcare, employment, and housing. Examples of using digital identity to increase inclusion include the nonprofit Kiva's Come On digital identity-based loan platform, which it says is used by more than 1.2 million borrowers in least developed countries and some 300,000 borrowers in conflict zones. The World Bank's ID40 program has managed to engage a significant number of women in Pakistan in the economy. And Poverty Action Lab says that digital identity has increased the efficiency of welfare payments in India. Still, poorly designed systems can actually worsen exclusion and bias, especially from governments if governments are inclined to use them to monitor dissidents. Look at that. So here we are talking about digital identity. Here, the World Economic Forum, which is, whoever is writing this, is acknowledging acknowledging the potential for how these systems, if designed poorly or perhaps designed well and with this intention, that could enable governments to be inclined to use them to monitor dissidents or to deny people access to food and shelter. Sounds a little Mark of the Beastie. Fingerprints used for biometrics. Son of a dog, dude. Oh my goodness, I can't do that. All right. Okay, I'm sorry, you people. Fingerprints used for biometric identity systems can erode due to manual labor, and systems that collect DNA and record ethnicity or religion can be used to discriminate. Participatory design is key. Solutions should account for differences in age, digital literacy, and internet access, and require informed consent. All these apps already require informed consent whenever you agree to the terms.
Just clicks by. Nobody reads anything. No. We're all consenting to, anybody that does that is consenting to.
Right. Myself included.
You don't read that.
Stakeholders in all sectors and industries should rely on evidence-based research to support human-centered identity systems. Cybersecurity and smart, loyal energy systems requirements. 6 actions for refugee children. A lot of this takes place in third world countries. I think that's an offensive term to use now. Third world. I don't know. Again, just watch the CHIP documentary because I think there's a reason why they want to start this over there, though. Toward inclusive cybercrime policymaking. Okay, let's do one more. Gender inequality. Here's a good way to end it. So this is, of course, something that needs to be on our transformation map. By the way, how about the name transformation map? This, again, was up before the pandemic started. Everything that's occurred, this was up before Joe Biden was our president. This is above the government. This is outside of what we're able to vote for and influence. Okay? And this is what the government's beholden to. And everything we just went through. Dude, I literally just pulled this up spontaneously. We're just randomly going through what's there. And we looked at artificial intelligence, robotics, global governance, all this kind of stuff. And now gender inequality. And again, you'd think that the way the media, the way that society would have you look at this stuff is like, this is an organically occurring social trend, right? Well, no. And a lot of this gender stuff, by the way, is going to be about like women like this, probably how women need to make more. Women around the world are being paid less than men for work of equal value. And that's a whole thing in and of itself. But let's get into, they're going to talk about the other thing. What is this? Political gender inequality. So they got women's health, human rights, future and environment. Somehow that connects to global government. Gender-based violence. Mental health. Ooh, what's the mental health? Let's see here. I don't even know where to start. I was hoping to see some kind of, some kind of transgender kind of deal thing going on, which I guarantee was here. Guarantee you it's here. They got aging and longevity. All this 5G. Big old map for 5G. The geoeconomics and trade implants of 5G. 5G value creation. And I've looked through so much of this, and seriously, 1 week goes by, and it's a whole new thing. So let's one more time. Search world. Huh. Hold up. What one? I don't know what you're talking about. I gotta just move on. Okay, let's go back to this. Is it pulled up? Yeah. We'll do one more of these. Digital membership pro. Oh, this is them trying to get me to sign up to be a pro member. A lot of advertisements here. No, let's see oh, here we go. Here we go. So this one's from July 29th. The last random one we're going to look at. And yeah, I guess this is reminding me of what was going on July 29th. We had the heat going on, heat maps. How fast the Earth has warmed. Okay, climate change transformation map, which we didn't even look at that transformation map. Did we? Sustainable land use, the social cost of carbon. Oh, man. I'm not even going to do it. Transitioning to clean energy. Why do we got to transform this world into something else? Why do we need this transformation map? And why are they just being so open about transforming the world around us and like nobody paying attention to it? I guess some people are. Uneconomic growth, blah, blah, blah. Global health. Monkeypox is spreading. Here's what you need to know. Why monkeypox probably won't become a devastating pandemic. That's good. Where the food crisis is hitting hardest and how to mitigate it. How to protect your mental health according to these guys. I've heard about enough of the mental health talk too. And that's coming from somebody who spent years like, taking care of people with actual mental health issues. It's just like now, like everybody has to, All right, climate change misinformation. They always seem to have a section for misinformation. What seeded doubts about climate change? Misinformation climate, weather-related conspiracy theories in Australia. Good news. Americans increasingly understand climate change and its risks. I mean, dude, I'm just choosing to not rant about everything I'm reading here. See, I get the future of decentralized autonomous organizations. So you guys, there it is. Every week I get these emails. I encourage you guys to go to the weforum.org and do this yourself and get ahead of the curve. Verify that all this crazy stuff I'm talking about is actually true. And start impressing your friends when you actually can tell them what's going to happen in the news before it happens. Because we are at this point literally just following a game plan. And it's all laid out in this transformation map. So what do you think about that? I'm glad I came on here because I think this was just crazy. I know I just kind of rambled on. Oh, here. Yeah. Okay. So you guys, thanks for joining me as I just went through my emails and just kind of did that with you guys. Amber, how sick are you feeling right now? A little better?
No, I feel like
super bad.
I feel a lot better.
I feel so much like when
I feel really bad, but like honestly, so like I went to the store, I was gonna go grocery shopping, but I basically just got you guys enough stuff to get through tomorrow because I'm gone all day. And so I wasn't in the store that long, but oh my gosh, like at work and coming, I feel a lot better. I honestly like could not have missed work. Like they could not have gone through the night if I wasn't there. So, which makes me feel better that I did show up, because I was the only host. Like, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, that really sucks.
Or work in the kitchen or bus. We have nobody. So
I'm gonna play that before they go.
play what?
Why God is awesome. And then maybe I'll hit them with, well, because we're going to be getting out of here in a minute, but I always love it that these guys hang out till the end, and I always like to give them something to roll on. But yeah, guys, we're both feeling a lot better. How's everybody in the comments feeling? Hope you guys are doing well. Oh, should we put this in here? Wait, what's another short one I could toss in there? Hope you guys are doing well. It's too bad Renee didn't pop in tonight.
I should have texted her.
That's all right.
I bet she would have, but I didn't know you were going live.
I didn't know I was going live either.
I know. It was like
It was really a spur of the moment kind of deal, you guys. So yeah, you guys, we're gonna go out on this video unless I decide to keep talking, which is always possible. It is fun just to be on here. It's not like we got anything better to do. Should we show them? Should I just show them these commercials again too? Let's just keep showing them stuff. Dude, I wish I had more stuff of our kids though.
I have so many videos. I have like over.
Go ahead, keep talking, but I gotta show them my Facebook.
I have like over 1,000 videos of most of them are our kids.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna share my Facebook page if I can. I want to show you, dude. I want to show them that thing, that thing I made of our vacation. Remember our fake vacation?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's log it in. Check this out, you guys. Can you see it up there? Yeah, you can see it.
No, it's hold up.
Is it frozen?
Oh, I can see it now.
Okay. Here, let me put it on this view. You guys got to see this. I'll put it like this. Okay. Now let me go back here. Hey, Dad, can I play Minecraft? Psst. One of my old songs. The days of good grammar has went. I'm making thumbnails now. That's the thing I'm going to talk to these people about. Not the thumbnails, but... Okay, so here we go. No, here it is. Okay, a few pics from the vacation. So me and Amber went on this vacation, and I just thought I'd share it with you guys. But I need to go back to the beginning. It should be at the beginning. Oh, wow. I did do it.
You are doing it wrong.
Okay, here we go. Just about to leave home. Just about to leave home for our vacation. And let me tell you guys, this beautiful home you're looking at right here, that's not my actual house.
You should see our house.
By comparison, it's just like this real nice property, you know. I put Eden there in the yard. She's playing. That's from 4th of July. So, but anyways, just about to leave home for our vacation. So we went to Paris. You know, the Eiffel Tower was amazing. We had this French painter do a painting of us standing right there. It says this French painter did a great job. Amber was annoyed to find out I slipped him $20 to put King Kong in there, which maybe you guys think is dumb. But this is also me playing around with my graphic design practice I've been doing. Here we are at the Grand Canyon. It was so beautiful, wasn't it?
Sure was.
How about Stonehenge?
Eh.
I agree. It wasn't all it was cracked up to be, just a bunch of bird poo and litter that was left over from hippie acid parties. Still cool to have been able to say we went there, though. We're not allowed to speak of the time we had in North Korea. That was something.
Why do you look so happy to be there?
Because I was the only one there allowed to express myself. Although you look more like one of the North Koreans.
Dude, I'm so chill. I'm so comfortable being there. It's not my first time.
Here we are. We snuck into the World Economic Forum, which is fitting for tonight's video. And as you see, I planted a smooch right on Amber's face, right in front of everybody.
Nobody cares.
Everybody cares, especially this guy. She's like, look at her, everybody. Can they see my mouth? No, they can't see it. And here we are at the Overlook Hotel. Seems like we've always been here. For anyone that's watched The Shining, and they see, here we are. Okay, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Thank you for letting me do that. Definitely had a very good time on our vacation.
Can't wait to
do it again.
have another vacation.
Oh yeah, dude. Anytime I can get on Photoshop, we can have a vacation. All right, so you guys watch this really quick while I decide if we're gonna come back or not.
But some people in this town won't go to a church house because they got hurt so badly. They got used up and then thrown out with a wash. There are people in this town that were stabbed in the back, throat cut, everything you can imagine in organized religion. And you can't get them in a church house. There are people in this town who no doubt have been hurt so badly that they just simply want to quit. And some of them do quit. Some of them put a gun to their head, and some of them overdose on drugs. They do whatever they can. They can't live it. They can't live anymore in this world. Let me say something to you if you haven't learned it yet. This world can get very cruel. Yes, it can. It can get very cruel. But I'm going to tell you something this morning, and I hope you just think about it, and I hope you put it deep down inside your soul. There is one that'll never use you. There is one that'll love you regardless of who you are or what you are. There is one that'll never forsake you. There is one that'll stick closer than a brother with you. There is one that'll stand by your side through the good times and the bad times. There is one that is none like him, and that's our Lord Jesus Christ. He will always be there. He will nourish what little bit of faith you've got. He will bind you up and carry you as the shepherd does a lamb. He will carry you further than you ever thought that he would carry you. He'll stick with you longer than you ever thought anybody would ever stick with you. He'll put up with more from you than you ever thought anybody could put up with. You'll make promises to God that you break. You'll make another promise and you'll break it, and he'll still be there. Because he said, I'll never leave thee, and I'll never forsake thee. And you'll begin to learn something about him. You'll find out that when he says something, he means it. You'll find out that your relationship with God is built upon his character. He'll always, always, always be the same yesterday, today, and forever. The Christian that's lived any time in this world begins to understand things about God that blows their mind. They literally cannot conceive how God could have been so good to them when they know that they did not deserve it. Everybody raise your hand. You know that's the truth. If anybody ever told you the truth, I just told you the truth. The heavens are declaring the glory of God, and the firmament is showing his handiwork. When I look into the heavens, I say to myself, imagine looking down from where that astronaut was, down to this earth. How big a spot would I make if I were up there where he is, and I was looking down upon this earth? It would be so small that you couldn't see it with a telescope. I am such a small, insignificant nothing compared to the glory of the one who made all of this. And it helps me when I get in my closet and I shut the door and I get on my knees and I turn the light out. It helps me when I pray to think about the fact that God up there looking down to where I am such a small, insignificant thing on this earth, and yet he loves me. He loves me. He hears me. He answers me. He comes to me. He saved me. He raises me from oblivion and sets me at his right hand and calls me a son of God. He has saved me and given me life eternal. When I think about the fact that in the scheme of things in the heavens and the size of the stars and the size of the universe, I am as insignificant as you could possibly be. But when it comes to the love of God, he loved me with a love, my dear friend, when I was unlovable, and he saved me and wrote my name in the Lamb's Book of Life. Hallelujah to God. Amen. So the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. And the fact, my dear friend, that you can look back right now and you can see the hand of God tells us there is a God. Because before anything existed, he has always been. Because he's there. I live because he's alive. I have a reason for living, not because the government tells me, or not because the so-called church tells me, not because somebody accepts or rejects me. I have a reason for living because I know that one that is from everlasting to everlasting. From everlasting to everlasting he is, has been, always will be. Has no origin, has no beginning, he'll have no end. I am that I am, he said, and I am today because he is. And I glorify his holy name because my name is in the Lamb's Book of Life. I don't need the government. I don't need you. I don't need anybody to tell me what I am or to give me my worth. I don't need that from a man. I know whom I have believed, and I'm persuaded he's able to keep that which I've committed to him against that day. I know where I came from and what I used to be, and I know that my sins are gone. I know that in me there is something that is more powerful than the flesh that contains it. Hallelujah to his holy name.
What'd you guys think of that? Yeah, so all that outer space stuff, I made that video before I knew what I know now. Still just a great video, though. That was one of the first ones I made. I just love it. I love Charles Lawson. And frankly, I think I need to do more sermon jams like that. I just love that. Plus, it's so easy to make them. And frankly, these guys are saying stuff better than I could anyways. So we're at 1 hour 36, you guys. I know it's getting late. I know me and Amber got to get to bed soon. And so I still don't know. I still don't know exactly when I'm going to end it. I could end it now, but I don't want to. What I want to do is show you one of my old songs. I'm going to show you one of my old songs. And then in the meantime, I'm going to grab my guitar and see if it's possible that it's in tune. And I'm going to force Amber to sit here while I just jam out one extra song for you guys, my friends. Okay. Because here we are on a random night. This wasn't planned. This wasn't promoted. This is not, a typical Tales from the Fallen World. So I figure we'll just do whatever we want. It's Friday. I was sick all day. Somehow I feel good now. So why not just celebrate with some song? But first, check out this old song I wrote.
Calling all the parasites, are you there tonight? Because I swear that I can feel your little prickly feet inside my brains. I fear I've fallen victim to the symptoms of your sickness. I've been stricken with this illness and it's filling up my veins. I can't explain the way that these termites work. They start with all your aspirations, eat them to the core, and then attack the last nerve of your patience, and then they eat some more. and now you're hollowed out, about to cave in. Oh, or can you wear the parasites? They tear inside your mind, it's like a knife and then they nest. They look for any sign that there might be life and then infest. You can feel it in your chest when they latch on something from the past that you suppress. So let me take a guess, you've been living in a mess of a nest, right? Never getting any rest cause your heart has been hardened with guilt. And while you're getting sicker, they're just getting bigger and smarter and harder to kill. Starting to feel it, you're trying to run to get them all up off your tail. Maybe you should buy a gun and send them crawling back too. Look at you, you're a parasite too. That's the purpose of the sermon that I preach. And that we can reach out our hands at 3,000 fans and need something real to believe in. Lead them 30,000 leagues underneath the sea. In this television version of reality, we could throw my dome on the magazine. The trash doesn't mean a thing to me, cause everybody that I know is on my last nerve. And every show I get my back turned back completely backwards till it actually fractured underneath all the pressure. And never getting pressured and they're calling out my name like it's a bad word. We could smell the death in my breath. This time I'm calling out blackbirds. And my voice, my throat, my soul about to crack, bound, 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 2, 3, that I'm about to crack. Yeah. Cause everybody's living in submission to a system they're a victim of. Yeah, well, welcome to the devil's world. Everyone's influenced by the music that they're playing on the radio. Oh, welcome to the devil's world.
Well, guys,
no, you should.
Because there's still people on here for some reason.
You should do homeless, hopeless, maybe, or you could do
Hopeless. Yeah. Oh, but my guitar pick. All right, you guys, I'm gonna start another old song of mine, but I'm just gonna stop it as soon as I get back with my pick. Then I'll play you guys my song, and then we're gonna call it a night. Right?
Or you, yeah.
Or I can do what?
No, you could do that one, or you could do Makes It Hard. That's a beautiful one. Man. You like never play that one. I love that one.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Jasper's going big! Hear that? Jasper's gonna see that! You should know this one. It's called...
You and I had this notion that it's do or die. Things just didn't go as planned. Then things got so out of hand that it hurt my reputation. But you and I got this system that's been true and tried. I'll go AWOL on my friends. They'll forgive me once again, and then I'll ignore their phone calls. My doctor said to tell her everything. I told her I've already explained it all to the nurse. She found a murmur in my chest. She found a problem in my head. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Well, you and I got to talking about our views on life, conversations that we've had. I'm so glad I have a dad. Have these man-to-man discussions. He said the problem isn't in my head. He said the problem's in my soul, and it's under my control, and doctors can't prescribe redemption. Can you accept that you might never know got demons in our homes. One day we'll all be diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder. A modern medicine and therapy. But what's the measure of a man? Everybody's on a plan. Everyone's got some disease. This post-traumatic stress disorder. Yeah, or pre-apocalyptic tyranny. Oh, what's the wonder in our guilt if we're taking happy pills in the lap of luxury? Oh, what's the wonder in anything?
All right. Let's see here. Did you guys see? Oops. See, I keep pressing the wrong thing. Did you guys see the Queen of England and her cronies did some sort of ceremony at Stonehenge for her 60th anniversary of her reign of terror? Dude, you know what? That does kind of ring a bell. What are you guys talking about? Elon Musk's nanny? Thanks, Faith. Well, I got my guitar, you guys.
She came back on. Faith already said goodnight, and she was like, I came back on.
Faith,
and you were like,
you missed us too much. I love Faith. Listen,
yeah,
for
I'm
everybody,
glad you're back, girl.
You guys, Faith Fuego has her own channel. She makes a lot of really cool uploads. It's funny. I subscribe to her channel. I enjoy her channel, but it's like she'll do everything from some random just mom thing where she'll just show something she's cooking or her messing around with her husband or kids. Or she'll also upload like some super truther stuff, and like it's an interesting channel, but she's a good chick. So you guys subscribe to her channel. I'm sure she'd appreciate it. Faith Fuego. Things hyping up. Yeah, Fuego. So I was like, dude, Amber, I just want to play my guitar. This broadcast has really gone off the rails, but who cares, right? It was never anything in the first place. It was actually cool.
No, it's fine. It was like fun to walk into. Like,
yeah.
First of all, I got to eat some food. I'm
Right.
feeling better, and then it's like, let's hang out for a little bit until we have to go to bed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all
and
good.
I never play my guitar or do music, you guys.
Right? No, he really doesn't.
And if you haven't seen the War on Kids documentary, then please do, in which you'll kind of understand the contentious relationship I have to music. But I still love it, you know what I mean? And I haven't really written too many songs since I've kind of changed my life. So I just sometimes play these old songs. Oh, there's so much more here. Okay, you guys. So Amber asked me if I'd play this song. I never play. It's not even finished. I have 2 verses. So I'm only going to play those 2 verses. Then I'll play something that is finished, and then probably we'll cover. Yeah, but I don't remember how it starts, though.
Okay.
But it's like...
No, you guys, this is like... I love this song so
I know it starts with
even
G,
though it's
so
not
like,
finished. No, it's like... I love it.
Tim needs to trim them strings.
Dude,
you know what?
No,
it's an artistic...
it's his thing. Literally, he's never trimmed the strings, ever.
It sounds cliche, trite, and corny, and arrogant, and all those things. But it's just, for years and years, I've been leaving my strings untrimmed, as when I'm playing solo, I believe it's a good, it's like an artistic representation of my personality.
It honestly
It really is, you guys. You guys only see me through YouTube, but I'm the kind of guy that, I'll quote books, not books, but, I'll quote all this stuff. This, you guys know me like this, my personality. but you probably don't know my physical appearance is what I'm saying, which is very handsome if you can't tell, you know, but I mean, I just got stains on my shirt from what my kids do. And like, dude, I don't know I don't know how to get around town. Like my sense of direction sucks. My car is practically a driving garbage can. And that's because that's where I write most of my documentaries. You know, like every day at lunch break, I just sit there and write. So it's just full of notebooks and it's full of empty coffee cans, which I throw away every once in a while.
Shot.
Right. Just stuff to keep me awake while I write.
He'll throw it away when I have to use his car. He'll be like, let me clean my car out.
I clean my car every time Amber needs to borrow it. So I'm doing my job. And, but so I kind of have a disheveled personality, if I'm honest. And these strings, to me, even just looking at myself right now, I'm like, yeah, that's me. This is me.
You
guys, at the time, like when I moved out to Florida, and I actually was like, you know, kind of had, I guess you could call it a record contract, although it was with my buddy's label, and we did some serious work. But it's funny because like I always preferred to just like play out on the streets and like outside of like doing actual shows. Like I've always had a thing for playing on the city sidewalks, partially because I do this acoustic hip hop stuff like you guys have heard, you know, and it just does well out there. But I've always loved, back when I lived in Orlando, it became quite a thing. And like a lot of times, you know, like homeless dudes or these other street musicians would come and play drums alongside of me. And I don't know, I missed that stuff. But anyways, I know I'm just ranting on, thinking about the old days, but I don't remember the intro to this song that I started writing and never finished, but I'll just play what I know. So instead of an intro, I'll just go. She says that I am an honest, good-hearted man. And she frowns when I reply that I'm not so sure if I am. She says she knows I'm overwhelmed with guilty troubles, even though she's never met a man with such a strong desire to be good. So she knows my heart. Think that's what's making it hard. Think that's what's making it hard on me. Sometimes I feel like you deserve a man that I could never be, and I'm making it hard on you. I'm always acting like a know-it-all, but I ain't got a clue what we should do when it's hard on us. Yeah, well, that's what you get when you romance a train wreck. All we need is to open up our arms, stop making this hard. I'm kinda hard on myself. Sometimes I call myself names and bang my hands against my head. She says you better cut that out, says I don't appreciate people picking on my best friend. Yeah, she says she knows I'm overwhelmed with guilty troubles, even still she never met a man with such a strong desire to be good. And she knows my heart. Think that's what's making it hard. Think that's what's making it hard on me. Sometimes I feel that you deserve a man that I could never be, and I'm making it hard on you. You're looking for a couple answers, standing here like I don't know what I should do when it's hard on us. Yeah, well, what did you expect when you romanced a train wreck? All we need is to open up our arms and stop making it hard. So that's like just like a totally unfinished like idea for a song. All right, now I'm gonna do one more, and then
one
I'm
that
really
you would like never play and it's
Dude,
so good.
Most of my songs are for Amber. Dude, how about this one? I never ever Dude, how about this one? Hold up.
Dude.
No, you are the heart of my
Oh, that's
I never
so
ever
pretty,
played
though.
that.
I know.
Ever. I wrote
No,
that years
all
and
that-
years ago. It's like
Okay, but like
it was it was
watch out for
it
like
was-
the older ones from
You are the heart of my heart. Your voice gets stuck in my head. You're on the tip of my lips, girl, both literally and figuratively. Am you all that I want? Thank God you're all that I have. You put these bags on my eyes. You know you wrinkle my forehead. You keep me out on your doorstep. Oh, won't you let me in? Both literally and figuratively, and you're all that I want. Thank God you're all that I have. And each song, these are all these unfinished Amber songs that I just, and like, dude, all these Amber songs.
No, but like for people that like, dude, it's been such a journey, like with us.
We've had a real journey, you guys. How about this one?
Let me tell you.
I've got one foot on the ground, the other foot's on the move. Here's another one I wrote about Amber at a different stage in our relationship. It goes, I got one foot on the ground, the other foot's on the move. And it's dragging me around trying to find you. Yeah, I got just one thing to prove, got nothing to lose, got nothing to do. All right, nothing to do, got nothing to lose besides you. And ooh, I forgot my shoes. Yeah, love drunk, gotta stumble around. Pay no attention to my mumbling mouth. When we talk, you seem so calm. I'm so far gone, girl, I only got your number. I've been losing slumber. You know you're killing me with all this wondering. I got one thing on my mind, but a million things on my plate. And it's driving me insane, cause I already had. I'm just a minute short since I'm already dead. I got one thing to prove, got nothing to do, got nothing to lose besides my pride. Ooh, I forgot that too. Yeah, love drunk, gotta stumble around. Pay no attention to my mumbling mouth. When we talk, you seem so calm. I'm so far gone, Amber, I only got your number. I've been losing slumber. You know you're killing me with all this wondering. You got me wondering what you're wearing. Who's staring at your body while you're wearing it? And I bet it barely fits. You know you're killing me with all this wondering. And if it's not tonight, then it's gonna be sometime soon. Yeah, I know one day you're gonna marry me. Yeah, I'll bring you back to where you're supposed to be. Forever my muse. You give me my music, you give me the blues, baby. Yeah,
yeah. And I'm trying just to never give them back to you, yeah, yeah. Boom, boom. But when we talk, you seem so calm. I'm too far gone. I only got your number. So that was when I only had her number.
How long before we got married that you wrote that?
Years.
Because for the record, when I was in 6th grade, I told everybody that I was going to marry Tim. And I mean, he was like a little bit older than me. Obviously, it didn't happen until way later on, but like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Well, our whole life, God's, our life has been weird.
I know.
We're living out our destiny, you guys. Listen to this one.
It's so
But I
cool.
forget how to do this one. Dude, it's been so long.
People are saying so much stuff.
Let me figure out how to do this real quick. I forget how to do my song, Amber.
What one?
Do 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 dun dun.
No, deep.
Like.
No, it's like deeper than that. You start out with. No, I feel like it's deeper than that.
No, it's definitely that.
Faster.
It's like. I don't remember, but it's like.
So.
I don't remember the intro, dude. It's like.
Why do I keep trying to sing it?
I want to
like
play
it's my song.
You guys,
or something?
it's such a good intro. It's worth doing. But if I can't get it this time, I'm going to go right into the song. I think it's like this. It sounds like that if it's not. It sounds like that though. It's deeper.
Real
All right, I'm just gonna go past it. So sad to say it's true that I don't give a darn about the damage I do. Been concealing this feeling that I'm falling apart in the dark and away from a spark to collide with my mind, and I find myself hiding. Been riding the wave, been holding your hand while I'm driving away. Oh yeah. Dude, I'm so out of practice. Oh yeah. The people versus Mother Nature. Is that a possible hypothesis with all this talk of prophecy regarding the apocalypse? I could never offer you an absolute solution to the natural conclusion of the dance of human evolution. There ain't no revolution in the book of Revelation. No human resolution in the wicked of devastation. Mainly it's just blood and guts and gore and war before we're divorced from the glory of the Lord. You support local abortion clinics and morgues. I watch maternity wards board up their doors with 2x4s. Even if it's by force, I'ma run my course until I knock this propagandist off of his high horse. I'm just a man here in the land of the lost. The Father offered me a plan and nailed his head at the cross, and I can't take that back. Oh, the Lord knows that I can't take it back. Oh, and hopeless is how I felt when I wrote this. Lord, I was out of my own, trying to get noticed. I was young, I was homeless. Oh, praise the Lord, you show me where my home is. And now it's clear that as long as I'm here, that I'ma be homeless. Somebody call set a fire to this frivolous civilization. I'm feeling this, feeling this vibe. They're selling us drugs and they're telling us lies. But I ain't buying what you're trying to sell. I turn my money into music, man. I've never left a paper trail. But I'm making deals with my rhyme saying skills. I just ain't making money and I'm still paying bills. Yo, and I stopped taking pills. I've taken a lot of spills. That time ain't enough to heal. But I still feel relatively ill. And Lord knows I've tried everything that I can to lead me to. wrote this. Lord, I was all on my own, but I was so lost, Lord, I was so hopeless. Oh, but you showed me just where my home is. And now it's clear, as long as I'm here, that I'ma be homeless. Homeless.
I forget it. No, it's like, bow.
Lost. Yeah.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. And it's the blind leading the blind, and everybody's walking in a single file line. So I'ma do the talking if you sheeple don't mind, cause you people can't seem to define what you stand behind. I gotta use the form of rhyming just to make a statement. The only thing that people respond to now is entertainment, and simple minds have a hard time keeping open minds sometimes, so I try to keep it basic. Basically we're living in the days of revelation, 10,000 civilized years in the making. Underneath the all-seeing eye, seeing all of our lives in the palm of this one world nation. So face it, the number one target is the Christians. They mock the name of God because they're just a bunch of witches. Hollywood celebs and their stupid superstitions and traditions want to turn around, make fun of my religion, man. But this ain't about religion. I'm just trying to paint a picture, cause Hollywood's another thing that I'm really getting sick of. I'm sick of being sick of all the sycophantic antics of artists getting promoted by the mainstream market. Honestly, it bothers me to even call them artists. The disinformation agents, regardless of what you call it. Every good rapper uses 10 Lil Waynes, and they go by different names, but they all sound the same, and it's a shame. I'll probably never get the credit I deserve from the game. These days it's somehow getting paid, maybe chasing paper planes. I think that the paper chase is only gonna make us into slaves. When are you gonna think about the children rappers when half of your fans are underage? Uninspired and overrated rappers standing on the stage. Finally got an opportunity to get a message to the world, and all they want to talk about is getting paid. That's their prerogative, but I just gotta live for something more than that. Lord, I've been on my back. Yeah, Lord knows that I was hopeless. That's how I felt when I wrote this. When I was out on my own, trying so hard, but I was still homeless. Didn't know down the track. Had to move back with my daddy, mom. You know the routine, just till I get back on my own 2 feet again. Lost in sin, lost in sin, lost in sin, lost in sin. And I was lost in sin, and I was hopeless, and I don't give a darn about the damage I do. I ended every single song like that day. Wow, so that was unexpected, you guys. The whole thing was spontaneous. No intentions to get on here tonight and show you guys the World Economic Forum's website. No intention to sing you songs. No intention for Amber to join. Everything was totally random. I feel like we had a great time. So I feel like now it would be appropriate for me just to end the stream and say good night to you guys. We've been doing this 2 hours. We love you guys, and I don't have any outro. I wish they already saw those commercials. So yeah, that's it. Love you guys. Bye. Have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Don't know when we'll be back. Yeah, love you guys.